Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am NIK NIKAM. This is Microsoft Flight Simulus 2020. Today we're going to try to create snow weather and use ILS for landing at Houston Intercontinental Airport. So let's get started. So the initial flight from Ellington Air Force Base. So we will pick up where the approach plate begins, and here, as you can see, we have to be at Dudme at 2,000 feet. We'll probably pick up from there once we get off the ground or the runway. Then Jolt, we have to be at 1,600 feet, and Houston, we have to understand that we have 90 feet altitude which needs to be taken into consideration. Otherwise it will run short of the runway. So let us change the weather conditions here. To, let's make it daytime. Daytime is fine and everything is good. So let's change it to snow. Alright, now you can see it's fully covered with snow. Alright, so 50% snow and all this stuff. I don't know if you can see it. Alright, let's see how we can test. And here's the flight plan for that matter. And here it takes off from Ellington Air Force Base. Then here comes our Dudme. And after that we have Jolt. And next to that is Houston Intercontinental Airport. Alright, let's see how we can successfully. I had to set up certain things. I had to set up the frequency, which is 111.90, as we can see in this template. 111.9 decimal 9. Then we also had to set up the CDI to 329 degrees. So let us look at here. The CDI VO1 must be set up to 320. I'm sorry, let's go the other way. $329. Alright, so that's done. And of course we have the takeoff angle, which is 356 degrees. Once we hit heading and then press this one, it will reset it to that. So that's done. We have set up the ILS frequency and also the angle. Then we're going to be using autopilot, and then altitude. We can set the altitude here to 2,000 feet, and also we can set the vertical speed when we take off to be like 400. And then once I press autopilot, these things will take over. When we are approaching the landing, the ILS will automatically switch over to ILS actually, and then we just have to press approach. Alright, with that little introduction, let's see if we can get off the ground here. Okay. You're doing okay here, so let us see how we do. Lot of snow. You can hardly see anything beyond like 300 feet, 500 feet. There we got. So just lift off, and when we lift off, make sure we're not lifting too much. No more than 10 degrees. And as soon as we get some altitude, it's slowly coming there. The altitude is 200 feet. Let us see. 300 feet. That's good. Slowly coming along. 400 feet. While it's doing, I'm going to press autopilot. As you can see, the autopilot shows up here. So it should, I'm going to release the throttle, and as you can see, oh, excuse me. and this is the weather we are seeing here, and the altimeter is this one. We are 700 feet, and basically we're just going to go by the map here, and once we get here we have the heading. We press the heading and we also press nav, so that will put us in line with this path. So I should put heading and nav, Vivo or. So we don't want Vivo or. Okay, where did it change to? That's good. Nav. Okay, now we should be in line with this one. Let's see how we are doing here. 1,000 feet. So now we are coming in line with the path. As you can see, we have no clue of what is underneath or in front. So basically we're going purely by instruments and see how far we can go. This is the first time I am trying this, and we have to see how successful we will be. So far I think we are going by GPS autopilot. Vertical speed is 400 feet per minute. Our destination altitude is 2,000 feet, and our speed is 103 nautical miles, and this is on nav mode, so it is following this path. Once we get to Dudmi, then it will automatically switch over to location 1, which is the glide path, and that's what happened in the last 2 videos I did. And let's see if this will keep up with that plan as it is supposed to be. 1200 here. We are 85 miles. I can give some more throttle.
NIK 20, please expedite your climb to 2,000 feet.
Okay, I think they don't like us at 1,000 feet. Let's see if we can go up a little bit.
Stall.
Oh, we are stalling.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Let's see if we can pick up some height. There you go.
Stall.
We just have to keep the angle down.
Stall. Stall.
Let's bring down the.
NIK 20, please expedite your climb.
All right, we set up all the settings for this one. Let's see if we can get this going.
NIK 20, continue for north departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Ellington Tower, NIK 20, continue.
Let's see if we can get inside and then set the autopilot. Autopilot is on, then we set the vertical speed. It's kind of hard to. I can't see this, too small. 800 feet, we don't want. 500 feet is fine. Let's see how we are doing. So let's see if we can maintain this one now. We are basically flying by instruments here. As you can see, we cannot see anything. So there's our airport. Well, we didn't set up the ILS either here. I don't know if I can do it now. Let's see if I can. I don't know how to do that one. So let's see, our VO1 is 328. Let's see if it will pick up that one. And we have to put the nav button on. Hey, location. We don't need nav. Heading. We need to do GPS, and we press the heading here, and when we get close by here, we'll see if that will work. Well, this is what the weather is. We are getting our height all right. I didn't set up the IFR path and ILS protocol. See if we can do it when it
You are leaving my airspace frequency.
Squawk 0017 NIK 20.
NIK 20 radar contact 5 miles north of Ellington, 2,000 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace.
Cleared through the Bravo airspace NIK 20.
let's see what's going on here.
20 con.
Okay, so here we are. I can't see where we are going. I can't move this one. As we approach half the point, I think we'll use the ILS because it's pretty close to the route. 326 is the correct direction, so. And so absolutely we can see nothing here. Well, there we are, and absolutely just white sky, but we are on the path here, so let's see how far we can go. And as we, somewhere here we get that faulty, as we can see from the previous videos I have done, and as we get closer we can try to use this ILS frequency and see if it will pick up. It should be able to pick up ILS frequency by this time, so it is not giving us the names here. Let us see. We're not getting the names of the locations. It already picked up the ILS frequency, so I could literally go to the ILS frequency and see if I can just make it work. Okay, and we just say approach, and this is the diamond here we see, and see if this will line up and approach the ILS landing path. 13 nautical miles from Houston Airport. We are at 2,000 feet. They will give us instructions to drop to like 1,600 feet shortly. We are doing okay. Our speed is holding steady, and we are on the path. And as you can see, the localizer is coming in line, straight line. One is in straight line. That means we are on the right path. Our speed is okay. Our altitude is 2,000, which is fine. It has to. It looks like we are getting close to the landing process. Oh, nothing. It's just white sky here, just like one big blob. What I can do is I can drop this altitude preemptively, so that 1,600 feet, and that's what it's supposed to be, so that as we get closer, it will be picked up by the ILS and it will drop the
Houston Tower NIK 20 is 11 miles southeast with Yankee to land.
okay, so
Houston Tower Airport is currently IFR
All right.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 10 miles southeast with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 9 miles southeast with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 9 miles southeast with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 8 miles southeast with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower
We are lined
Airport
up here
is
and see if we can
Request denied.
make it.
Houston Tower,
It's
NIK 20
refusing, but
is
it's
8
okay.
miles southeast with Yankee to land.
We just purely go by instruments here.
Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 8 miles south with Yankee to land.
All right, let's see what's going to happen here.
Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
And here we are. So
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 7 miles south with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 7 miles south with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
let's reduce the speed as the altitude is coming down. We're going to be coming down with the speed.
With Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 6 miles south with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
1200 and
Houston
120.
Tower, NIK 20 is 6 miles south with Yankee
It's
to
5
land.
miles. George Bush Intercontinental.
Houston
Let's
Tower
see.
Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
All right, let's see what happens.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 5 miles south with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
We're getting close.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 5 miles south with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR.
We need it 329 degrees. It is showing 329.
Houston Tower, NIK 20
Let's see if we
is
can
4 miles
change
south
it to
with Yankee to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
327. This is 330.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 4 miles south with Yankee to land.
Let's see what happens here.
Houston Tower
This is the first time I'm trying this. I have no clue, but I think it's going off course here.
Houston Tower, NIK 20
I didn't set up
is 4
the
miles south with
the
Yankee to
ILS
land.
path properly.
20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
500.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 3 miles south. with
Okay, we are
Yankee to
500 feet here.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 3 miles south with Zulu
Okay,
to
so
land.
we have to cut down this
20 Houston Tower Airport
to
is
give a little more.
currently
This
ISR.
one.
Request denied.
There's our runway we can see here. So let's cut down the
20 is 3 miles south with Zulu to land.
flap.
NIK 20
Flap
Houston Tower Airport
2,
is currently
flap 2.
ISR.
We have cut the speed down. There's the runway.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 2 miles south with Zulu to land.
Well, let's see what happens here.
20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR.
There you go. 200 feet.
Houston
And
Tower,
I'm going to cut the
is 2 miles south
speed
with Zulu to
altogether.
land.
Speed is down.
20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR. Request denied.
Houston Tower, NIK 20 is 2 miles south with Zulu to land.
NIK 20 Houston Tower Airport is currently ISR.
Brake, 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 brake. Never in my wildest dream I could have imagined that I could land in 50% snow without even setting up the ILS path correctly. But since I had done 2 previous ones, and that's where I think training comes into play, because if you have done something before, then you have some room to try that. As I said, let me explain what I mean. I didn't set up the flight plan for ILS IFR path. I thought it was set up before from the previous one. So I just took from my previous experience that here where this jolt which comes from there, the ILS this template would be followed, and that's what I did. We are at Deadby, which we don't see it here, of course. It is there, 2,000 feet. Then I dropped it to 1,600 feet. Then from the previous experience, I knew that it comes in short of the runway, so I kept the speed up to 90, 100 miles until I could see the runway, and then clearly drop the throttle and also bring the flaps down. Let's see if all the flaps are down here. Yes, the flaps are down. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has been useful to you, and let's learn and live. Thank you so much, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel.